What do you love about negotiation so much? Why you've been so many years in it, and you now travel around the world with the speeches and books and so on?
You know, it's like magic. Like you learn a great negotiation phrase, and it's like waving a magic wand. Like how you get people to see you differently suddenly in the moment. You paraphrase someone. If I were to tell you what's on your mind, you're shocked. And you bond with me when I summarize how you feel. And there's a real magic to that, and I love it.
Okay, so you love the feeling that it brings when during the process, not only at the end of it, right?
Exactly. You know, it's a very good point. It's not just the end, but it's during the process too. Yeah.
But it's when we speak about hostage negotiation, the
Right.
process itself is, I assume, it's very tough. It's high stakes. It's no mistake could be done, and the consequence is either good or it is very bad. So,
Well, you know,
very stressful.
on the outside it looks like that, but when you learn it, things go bad as a result of an accumulation of mistakes. So it's never a single mistake that's the problem. It's ignoring the dynamics, the signs that are happening there. It's being so fixed in what you believe that you can't see what's going on. So in a hostage negotiation, my job is to not ignore the mistakes.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, it's okay to make a mistake. It's not okay to make many mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. It's impossible to not make a mistake. An analogy that I've used when I'm teaching this these days, and we teach and train and coach negotiations of all kinds. Like if I taught you how to count cards in a casino, and I made you as good a card counter as you might be able to be as a negotiator, you're going to lose a hand occasionally. You're not going to care because you win enough that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so let's switch, from the hostage part to the business part.
Right.
So now you're working for business negotiations, and you teach
Right.
business negotiations for years. What is the difference from your point of view, or what are similarities between the business and the hostage negotiations?
Hostage negotiations are easier.
Okay, that is not what I was expecting to hear.
Yeah, well, to start with, number one, a good hostage negotiator learns to have a great tone of voice.
Okay.
You know, the late night FM DJ voice.
Yeah, what is that? I've read it in the book. I listened it to it twice in the audiobook, and I still can you but show how it is? What do you mean by that?
It's just a soothing, calming, downward inflecting voice
Okay.
with a little bit of a smile where you feel the warmth,
Okay.
but you feel calm. And calm is contagious. And so hostage negotiators are taught to use that voice all the time. Business negotiators aren't. You know, a lot of business negotiators will say, you know, this is what I want.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes.
It makes it worse. So that's one of the things that make business negotiations harder, the bad tones of voice. And then the other thing is, a lot of people engage in business negotiations never meaning to consummate the deal. I may engage with you in a negotiation just to find out what you know. Free consulting. You think I want to hire you. And so I'll say to you, like, before I hire you, how are you going to do what you do? And you'll think, okay, he wants to hire me, he wants to know how I'm going to do it. I'm trying to steal your ideas.
Yeah.
And that happens in business all the time. So my company, I teach you how to keep your ideas from getting stolen and who's trying to steal them, who actually just wants the information and not compensate you for it. That's part of what my company teaches.
Okay. And if you speak about the business part, so you say it's harder than hostage, but what it really means it's harder. It's just because what you've said that it can go different ways and it's tougher.
Yeah, people get upset. You know, they don't trust each other. deception by omission is very, very common in the business world. People will say, always tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Mm-hmm. Like, wait a minute, what? At least don't lie. And what they do is they'll tell you something that's literally true, but it misrepresents the circumstances. What's an example? A company is inviting a number of different companies to bid on their product. They have something to sell, they invite multiple bidders in. Only one bidder shows up. In these auctions, they always keep the bidders in separate rooms. That's expected from the beginning. So the one bidder that showed up is kept in a separate, isolated room. And this is an actual incident. It's from the book Negotia Auctions by one of my colleagues from Harvard. And so the executive from the bidding company says to a colleague on the selling company, look, we're friends. You got to tell me where we are. Where are we? And the executive from the company that's making the auction says, well, I can't tell you everything, but I will tell you, you're the low bidder. Well, they were the only bidder. Of course they're the low bidder. Did he lie? But it was very deceptive.
Yeah.
So the company told they were the low bidder. They raised their bid, having no idea that they were the only bidder. Mm-hmm. That's deception by the literal truth, deception by omission. That's normally accepted in the private sector. Again, what the Black Swan Group teaches is how to hear that, and then also how to navigate it and still preserve the relationship.
Yeah, that's actually one of the core things. Because
Yes.
Business, and that leads actually to my other question. When we speak about the negotiation style, Western world, Harvard specifically, loves the win-win concept.
Right.
While you speak that win-win is not actually the case. Can you elaborate on that?
Win-win becomes a way that I can get you to bid against yourself. There's a difference between the idea of win-win and who says it. So if I sit down with you very early in a negotiation and I say, look, I want you to know I want a win-win deal. I want us both to win. What I really mean is I want to take all your money. But I know that you're relaxed. You go, win-win deal? Okay. What do you want? And I'll give it to you expecting that you'll reciprocate. It's a great way to disarm people and negotiate a cutthroat deal. So you have to be cautious of people that say it.
Okay. But when we speak about the value, so
Yes.
for me, win-win means that I get the value from the deal, and
Right.
you get the value from
Right.
the deal, which is probably a bit different from negotiation with hostage.
Well, all right, so what defines value? What defines value is what you care about.
Yeah,
That's not a tangible. That's not money.
absolutely.
It's an imaginary concept.
Yeah.
What if what you care about is respect, recognition? Why shouldn't I give a terrorist respect?
Okay, so it could be in the hostage negotiation. So it's still kind of a win-win, but the other type of value. You give to the hostage the value in terms of recognition, being heard, and such kind of things in exchange to the hostage getting out.
There's a desperate need in all human beings to feel respected and to feel heard. Now, I can make you feel respected and heard and never give you anything.
But then it's win-lose, isn't it?
What did you lose when what you wanted was to be respected?